What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. You are now listening to No Filter Podcast. No filter means honesty. If you're afraid of honesty, then this ain't the podcast for you. We gonna be honest today. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Doggie Diamonds. You are now listening to another episode of Doggie Diamonds No Filter Podcast. Like I said earlier, I am Doggie Diamonds. This is my podcast, Doggie Diamonds No Filter. Hopefully you are subscribed. If you're listening to this episode, whatever format you're listening to it on, whether it's Audio Boom, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, what's the other ones we got? Castbox, Radio 1. Make sure you hit subscribe so you could get all the new episodes. Or if you're listening back to this on YouTube, make sure you get all the episodes, subscribe to everything, and go back into the archives because I have, over 50 episodes where I got different things that I was talking about, different people I interviewed. So you might want to just go through them and listen back and, see what I put out to the world. A lot of times I do interviews. Sometimes I don't like to do interviews. Sometimes I just want to talk about hot topics or whatever the topics are because I can do that. And I can sit here and talk for 2 hours straight without taking a breath, without fucking drinking water, without doing anything. I don't need other people to make my shit hot. Shout out to everybody who got podcasts and they got 4 people on there, 3 people. That's what they do. My name of my shit is Doggie Diamonds No Filter. So it's me speaking my mind. And if I want to know somebody else's opinion, sometimes I bring them on. But when you get this podcast, just know you're listening to me and my thoughts, not nobody else's. So today, the topic is the hot topic, checking in. We see all over the internet with the Tekashi69 situation in Los Angeles, in Texas, various cities, people saying he has to check in. So my question to people was, what exactly is checking in? Now, me being who I am, I'm going to different cities. I go to different cities. And what do you have to check in for? Now, look, I'll check in because if I go to Chicago, Jojo Capone is the homie. So I'm going to hit my homie, my people, and say, yo, I'm in your town. Are you around? JoJo's all over, so he might not even be in Chicago his damn self, but he's all around. But that's what checking in is. I know Young Chop, so I might get in contact with Chop and be like, yo, Chop, I'm in your town. What's good? Or some of the other rappers that I might want to interview or get in contact with, I'm going to reach out. Now, for the people that I don't know and don't care to know, don't want to know, don't give a fuck about, just because they're from a city and I'm going there, I don't have to or shouldn't want to check in with people I don't know. So what I was trying to figure out was the people who's saying Tekashi69 has to check in. Where do you know him from? Do you know him? Did you have any dealings with him? Did y'all get money together? Was it bad business? Did you send him money for a verse and he jerked you on the verse? Did you give him a first half for a show and he didn't show up? Why does he have to check in? So because he's going somewhere, he just has to say, hey, I'm coming to Bermuda. All the gangsters in Bermuda, I'm coming. I'm checking in with y'all. That's not how that shit works. Because if I don't know you, why would I want to hang with y'all just because that's your city? Now, you do have people who come to the cities. They use all the resources. They get all the girls pregnant in the town. They come there. They disrespect the city. That's different. Like when Trick Trick had his no-fly zone, that's because Trick Trick actually had stake in the city as far as like some of the clubs you was going to. That was his actual club. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I always thought. It was his club. So you have to check in. When the GDs was on Rick Ross, and they was saying when he comes to different cities, he got to check in. Rick Ross had dealings with them. He made a song called BMF where he spoke about their chairman. So I guess the politics of him speaking about their chairman, it was more politics with that than we know. So it was something that went on behind the scenes that we don't know about, that they wasn't too pleased with, that, I guess whatever. So that's why they was like, he had to check in, but he had dealings with them. So if you don't have no dealings with somebody, I'm not going to go tomorrow and go to any city, because I don't want to point out a city like I got a problem with them, or, I don't want to highlight a city in a derogatory way, because I got love, for my people all over. But I'm not going to fuck with people that I don't know. That makes no sense. And I know some people say, he's an active member in the gang. So being that he's a East Coast blood, he has to go check in with bloods on the West Coast or any other city, when his bloods in the same city that don't even check in with each other, that don't like each other. That doesn't make any sense to me. So he's supposed to say, yo, y'all, I don't know y'all, but you a blood, I'm a blood, so I'm here. Yo, that's how you get robbed. That's how you get extorted. That's how you get killed. Fucking with people that you have no business fucking with, that you don't know like that. So I'm confused, because I'm like, okay, when dudes come to New York, who do they check in with? Because all I see some people do is coming to New York. I'm pretty sure they got their little political ties to the people that they might talk to, but that's based off of relationships. I don't know one individual in New York that you can't come to New York unless you talk to them. We're going to be all the way honest. The person that get the most talked to when they come to New York is Charlemagne the God, because everybody want to go do the Breakfast Club or Ebro. So people are coming to New York and checking in with radio hosts, doing a radio 1-2 thing, doing a little promo run, going to the labels and leaving. That's what checking in is. Because who in New York City, what individual is saying, yo, when you come to New York, you better holler at me or you can't come here? I don't see nobody doing that. So I don't see why that's like the universal plan where people is saying, oh, if you come here, you got to come see me. And if you don't come see me, you can't come here. Because I'm going to be like, who the fuck are you? Now, George Zimmerman don't have to check in with nobody. He's just walking around free. And I'm not telling anybody to, do anything to him or whatever, but he's just walking around free. You got people you got KKK members just walking around free. You got motherfuckers going to shoot up schools. They just walking around, but they don't have to check in with anybody. There's no opposition for them. There's no smoke for them. There's no beef for them. But you pick an individual who you don't like. And I started looking at it like, yo, hold up. All right. Most young dudes are brash, big mouth, cocky, arrogant. And that's grounds for disliking them. So I understand, why some people might not like 6ix9ine, but then you have some people who have legitimate issues with them, whether it's people that was around him before, whether it's people that he personally did business with, whether it's people that, was supposed to do business and shit ain't go well or whatever. Those people might have legitimate issues. But it started looking like a witch hunt where people who don't have no legitimate issues with him is taking issue. And then I started seeing people band together who I know don't even like each other, don't fuck with each other, that's fucking with each other now because they got a so-called common interest in somebody else as their enemy. So now they want to be friends. This shit is just weird to me. Shit is weird. There's no way you can diss, to me, the West Coast. There's no way you could say you can diss the West Coast, because if you want to be technical, my friend, my homie, somebody who was holding this coast down, being the East Coast, Brooklyn, got killed on the West Coast. So if that's the case, then everybody from New York should just be like, yo, the West Coast killed Biggie. But nobody is doing that. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is holding every West Coast artist accountable for what happened to Biggie 21 years ago. Know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, we really doing some East Coast, West Coast shit in 2018. We really wilding out like black men and I don't like to call them brown because, but you know, Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and, well, y'all still black, but anyway, we still beefing over tribalism, territory and shit that people don't even own no land or nothing like that in. We still saying you can't come around here, you can't come here. Because what happens is it becomes a hot topic. Everybody want to chime in. Yo, you can't come here neither. Well, he can't come here neither. Well, he can't come. And I'm just saying, what the fuck is it all about? Why not? Now, listen, when it comes to that whole child molestation charges, things, or whatever the case may be, listen, it's kind of funny that everybody want to say he did this, he did that. But when the Africa Bambaataa shit went out there, nobody had nothing to say. Because it wasn't a hot topic. It wasn't popular. But now the kid got his popularity. He doing his thing. And I just see a lot of people. And for me personally, I don't know if he did some of these things or not. But I also know that I don't give a fuck. He ain't bothering me. If he did some shit and I see it and I know it, then I just would just distance myself and separate. I would separate myself from, you know, I'd be like, yo, nah, I ain't jacking that. But it just seemed like a bunch of rumors and gossip, and then it just goes out there, and then everybody just buying into it. But where was that same smoke for Africa Bambaataa at? Where was that same energy for Africa Bambaataa? Where was that same energy for some of these other people out here that was doing fuck shit, foul shit? I don't see that. It's just like, yo, let's just everybody just pick on them. And I got a phone call from a well-respected hip-hop artist. You know, I ain't gonna say his name because, you know, when I speak with people on the phone, what we speak about in confidence is not for the world to know. But I'm just gonna put out there a little bit of what he said. He said, yo, it just seemed like people just picking on that kid now. And I was in agreement. So I'm like, yo, so all right, if he came out and he wasn't successful, would you care? So the success of certain people makes other people so mad that they start trying to find faults, start trying to find problems and reason to hate a motherfucker. If you don't like him, you don't like his music, don't listen to that shit. If you don't like seeing him, don't click the videos. If somebody's on your timeline, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, and they talking about Tekashi69 and they posting his shit, block them, unfollow them, mute them, do whatever you got to do. But the way that people going hard, I'm like, yo, niggas really going hard. Now, I know some of the dudes around him. This is what I stated before. I know some of the dudes around him. And me knowing them, stand-up dudes that they are, I don't think they would fucking hang around a child molester, or I don't even think, you know, because his hair is rainbow, you know, they try to say that he's gay and all. I don't think the guys that I know would hang around somebody that fit that criteria. I just don't, I can't see it. And I did my homework, I did my research, I made a few phone calls to see what was really going on. And again, we got to stop with that whole checking in shit. Cause I can't picture going to the, you know, let's use New York. I can't picture being downtown Brooklyn and going to the Ville. Well, I know people in the Ville. Damn, I'm trying to use the area that I won't know. Just say a New York hood where I don't know nobody, and I just go there and say, yo, I'm here. And niggas like, good. Now run your shit. Good. Now give me your money. Give me your jewelry. Give me that camera. Give me that microphone. Give me all your shit. That's not how that shit work in the street. You don't just go in the area and be like, yo, I'm here. Where all the real street dudes at. This is my hotel. That shit don't work like that because dudes don't even be doing that shit. Again, you got political ties to people. You make your calls. You check in with your people. Far as we knew, he went to LA, he checked in with the people that he knew. But checking in is a difference. The way this terminology is being used is that checking in is being used like, if you don't check in, you can't come here. Again, I'm going to check in with my folks. I'm going to check in with my people. I'm going to check in with the people that I know. I'm here. What's good, bro? Not all that, yo, check in or you can't come here. That's just kind of crazy to me. That's just kind of crazy. I'm not checking in with nobody. I don't know. I'm going to hit my people. And because like, say it's the hot dude in the town or whatever the case may be. We might not get along. So I'm supposed to say, yo, I'm here. I don't know you, but I'm hot. Yo, let's get to know each other. See, that's that fake ass industry shit that's been going on where you see dudes that been out for a month and they look at another dude and be like, that's my bro. And I'm like, how the fuck that's your bro and y'all ain't grow up together? Y'all don't know each other. Y'all know each other from the industry. That's not real shit. And that's why dudes be falling out. That's why dudes be having beef. That's why dudes be having issues, because they be forging these fake ass relationships with each other that they really don't have. The relationships that you have is people that you grew up with, and sometimes not even them, but the people directly in your camp. And then y'all make connections, and then y'all start building, then y'all start talking to other people outside, but it gotta be some type of common interest. And it can't be just some, gang activity, because again, every gang don't get along. You got people in the same set that don't get along. And Tekashi is from an East Coast set, and has nothing to do with a West Coast set. Now, again, some of the same bylines and guidelines is the same. The colors are the same. But it's not the same. So you can't just say, yo, you a blood, you got to come over here and just all the bloods, you got to embrace us. Because some of the bloods in California don't even embrace each other. Some of them got beef. Some of the Crips in California don't embrace each other. Some of them got beef and had beef for 40 years. So I'm confused. The only reason why I'm speaking on this, it has nothing to do with him. It has more to do with, yo, we got to stop that shit, man. People come to New York, do they want to thing, man. Yo, get your money. Come do these radio shows. Come do whatever you got to do. I'm not sitting here like, yo, you can't come to New York unless you stop by Doggie Diamonds No Filter. Fuck that. I'm going to send people up to the Breakfast Club and stop you from coming, because I can. I can be on that time if I want to. I can be like, yo, y'all come in here, you did his podcast, you did his shit, you ain't do my shit. Fuck that, I'm coming at you. I'm sending niggas at you. But what type of corny shit would that be? Why would I get into beef because somebody is not fucking with me? They don't know me. I don't care who you think know you. I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what bells you ringing. Sometimes people just don't fucking know you or don't want to know you. You might favor this guy's radio show or this guy's podcast over mine. It is what it is. I ain't mad at that. I'm going to do me regardless. But just saying, yo, just check in with strangers, shit don't make no sense. Again, to me, and I ain't pointing no fingers at nobody, but that shit sound like extortion. That shit sound like extortion. Now, again, if I owned a hotel, you check in at hotels, but it's a service you get, right? So you check in at the hotel, they give you a fucking room, they give you a room key, they give you a little complimentary shit, you use the facility, and you check out. So when you go to these cities and these towns and you checking in, what are you getting? Protection? So you're saying come here and we'll protect you? So what do you get for protecting the individuals? Some extortion shit. So that shit is, that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. If you don't like somebody, just say, fuck it, I don't like you. I think you're a bitch. I think whatever. But keep it a buck. Don't be making up shit. Don't be coming with reasons to say you don't like somebody because it's like some bandwagon shit. Because everybody else don't like them. Now you don't like them too. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't sit around and look at what dudes is doing. You have to did something personally to me for me not to like you. Or somebody from my camp or somebody that I'm affiliated with. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna sit around and be like, damn, he getting too much wave. Or he getting too much like. I don't like him now. Or y'all don't like him? Fuck it, I don't like him too. But then I don't even know the people that don't like him. Or I don't like the motherfucker that don't like him either. So it's like, yo, let's band together. Fuck it. We gotta take this kid out, man. He too strong. That's what I'm seeing. I be so busy worried about my shit and getting my shit right and together and keeping my shit up to par. I don't be having time to sit around and be like, yo, I hate this dude. Like I said, if you didn't do something to me personally, I don't care. 9 times out of 10, I don't fuck with you anyway. So why I'm gonna be like, yo, I don't fuck with you? I already don't fuck with you. I don't know you. In New York City, let me explain. All right, let's keep it all the way real. In New York City, as much as these dudes play nice for Instagram, play nice in the clubs, and laugh and joke, they don't fucking like each other. Look, just think of the names. That's all I'm gonna say to you. You as the audience, you as the listener, think of the names of the so-called real niggas in New York that people perceive to be real and the industry perceive to be real niggas. Do they do songs with one another? Do they hang with each other? Do they check in with each other? No. Even on the West Coast, I'm starting to see people on the West now, you know, rocking with each other and banding together to go at other people. But they don't really like each other. So if y'all didn't have this little bond to bond with each other with going at somebody, what would y'all be doing? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make this a brief one. The checking in thing. If you don't know the man, or if he come into your town, look, if he come into your town, he disrespecting. Like I said, he might have came there, got your sisters, your cousins, your nieces, your aunts, whatever, got them pregnant and did certain shit. You be like, yo, man, you can't be coming out here running amok in my fucking town, fucking shit up and leaving. I understand all that. But if a person never even came to your city and you like, you can't come here, the fuck is that about? I'm pretty sure you got people right in your city that you need to get at, that you need to take care of. Don't pick somebody that you don't know. That shit is whack. It's child molesters walking around in every town. They're on the fucking registry. You can look them up. They live right down the block from you. They live right in your fucking building, in your block, in your neighborhood, 3 miles away. Those are people you should be looking at, not somebody who's thousands of miles away and say, oh, I heard he's a child molester because everybody else is saying it, so fuck him. He can't come here. That shit is ridiculous to me. And again, in closing, it is some people who probably have a legitimate beef and gripe with 6ix9ine. This is not for them. Whatever your beef is, whatever your gripe is, that's your thing, that's personal. Y'all gonna have to work that shit out and figure that shit out. But people that's just randomly just jumping in it and just jumping on the bandwagon because it's like the end thing to do, and you saying the kid name because in a derogatory way because everybody else is doing it, you're just a fucking hater. You know, when people say, yo, what'd you think about Lil Xan saying Tupac was boring? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Let Tupac people defend him. What am I defending Tupac for? A great artist? I like his music, but for some people, that shit might be boring. Who the fuck am I to jump out the window and go at somebody or have beef with somebody over Tupac, a man that I only met once or twice in my life? Where's his immediate niggas to defend him? I'm not going to be defending somebody that I wasn't around, I ain't get money with. Let his niggas defend that. And then you have people disrespecting Tupac outwardly and outright. And where the fuck was them people? Y'all worry about Lil Xan and what he had to say, but you had people call Tupac moms a crackhead and all type of shit. Ain't nobody say shit. I'm confused. But again, based off my last podcast, when I talked about the snitching shit, people pick and choose who they want to go at. And when it look like somebody that's an easy target, that's who they go at. When it's somebody that might give you some opposition or might tell you to go fuck yourself, you don't want no smoke with them. and that shit is corny. If you on a certain time, you're on that time with any and everybody. Everybody could get it at any given time if they cross your path. Stop picking and choosing people who you think is an easy target, because just because somebody seem easy or look easy, that don't mean they are, for one. For two, you never know who's behind the individual. And you could get yourself jammed up just thinking you could just pick on motherfuckers. So with all that, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I ain't gonna keep y'all on today. I got work to do, and I'm late on putting this out. I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little later than what I normally would like to be putting this out. But thank you to everybody who subscribed. Thank you to everybody who listened. I got some big shows coming up after this. I just had to touch this topic really, really quick. I got some big shows I'm about to put out. Thank y'all all for the support. I'm no longer on SoundCloud, so if you're hearing this, tell your homie I'm not on SoundCloud no more. All the podcasts on SoundCloud. No new shows are going on there. All the new shows are going on all the other platforms. Like I said, Spotify, Stitcher, Castbox, Audio Boom, iTunes. Leave a comment, rate, subscribe on iTunes. Doggie Diamonds TV is the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. We closing in on that 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this show come out, which is going to be today. I know I ain't hitting 100,000 today, but tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Subscribe to that YouTube, you know. Subscribe to that YouTube, and shout out to everybody who's been supporting from day one since I started on this whole journey of everything I've been doing. It's a lot of people who's been very, very supportive. And sometimes we talk about the haters so much, we forget to talk about the people who show love. Shout out to the people who donate to the Patreon. Shout out to the people who donate on the PayPal. Shout out if you need promotion, you can holler at me, info@doggiediamondstv.com, info@doggiediamondstv.com. If you want promotion on my podcast, if you want promotion on the YouTube, just hit me up. We work out something. Shout out to the other shows in the Digital Soapbox Network that I co-own. The Mac and Nelly podcast, the Plug podcast. Shout out to them. The Mac and Nelly podcast is right. You could go right to digitalsoapboxnetwork.com and see all the shows that's in the network. We're working on new material, new shows. All the shows put out, material weekly. And follow them and subscribe to them. They got some good shit. And if you're a podcaster and you're looking for distribution and you're looking to get your shit out a little bit more and you got a nice little following, but you don't know where to go, holler at us, man. Digital Soapbox Network will be the future of podcasting. Watch. And with that, I'm out of here. Doggie Diamonds, man. Follow me on all social media. Doggie Diamonds, DOGGIEDIAMONDS. And I'm on that Xbox One too, man. Doggie Diamonds is my screen name. DOGGIEDIAMONDS. Follow me, hit me up on that Xbox One. I'm about to get my Twitch game up, you know what I'm saying? So holla at me. In New York, man, stop being ass, man. These punk ass weather. Y'all talking about it's a snowstorm, the schools is closing, the jobs is closing. It's like fucking 3 feet. No, I said 3 feet. So that's what I get for speeding. It's like 3 inches of snow outside and everybody all scared. Cut that shit out. But yo, Doggie Diamonds, I'm out of here. Peace.
All right. I got to get the fuck out of here. Thank you for listening to Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast. If you like this podcast, make sure you share this. Spread the word. Talk about it. Argue with me. I don't give a fuck what you do. Leave a comment. This is Doggie Diamonds. I'm out of here. See you on the next podcast. Peace.
Doggie Diamonds did this. Doggie Diamonds did this.
Hey, make sure you subscribe to Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast on iTunes. The link is in the description box. Also, leave a comment and rate the podcast. Thank you.